Welcome back to my channel, Garlina Learns. This is My Coding Notes, edition number 5. Okay, so today I want to talk about my notes from on the Applied Visual Design course from freecodecamp.org, where I'm learning how to code for free. And the first one, I want to talk about my notes on the a refresher on what hover state is. And then the second one is applying hover state and animation, combining the two, and what animation modified fill mode is. So this section that I'm working on is in the responsive web design module of the on the Free Code Camp site. Okay, refresher and hover state. Let's go over that. So what the hover state is when if you were to go on a page and you would notice text, and when you ran your mouse over the text, it would change color. So that's what it means by hover state. So when you hover over something, it would do something like change color or some sort of typically change color. In this example that you do on the site, you have a text here for a link, and then when you move your mouse over it, it'll change color into this other color. So this is all located in the style. You would plug it into your style. So this is the instructions for any sort of design you're doing on your site. And the default color is black, and what you want it to do when it hovers over it is to change color to red. And this is the reason why you would plug your hover in here, and you have to put A in front of it because that's the element that you need it to assign the hover to. And the A, what it references is this link here, or text, or whatever you want to assign it to. Okay, so here's the example. Right now it's black, and here's the link. So you want this to change colors when the mouse goes over it. Change color when the mouse goes over it. And the instructions is to change the color to blue. So here's A. We want to assign it to A. Hover. Brackets. Color. Blue. And it worked. Thundercats, woo! And I did double check to make sure. There you go. So it went to blue. Alright, so let's move on to the second one. Combining animation and hover. So for this example, you're gonna use animation and to change the color of the button. So when you go over it, it will change color. Alright, so this would be an example of the code. You would plug in, instead of just telling it to change color, you're going to use an animation, and when you use the animation, you'll use the @ keyframes to give it instructions. Okay, so here is the problem. So this is not doing anything when I put the mouse over it, and what we're going to use is the keyframes to change the color. So the instructions say use keyframes, use the animation in background color, and change it to this color right here at 100%. So we'll apply it right here after @ keyframes, what the animation name is, which is background color. Brackets, 100%, background, brackets again, 90. Okay, let's see if that works. I'm gonna just, there we go. It's changing color. Okay, let's test it. Tubular. Awesome, so that worked. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, so the last one I wanted to talk about today was animation modify fill mode and what that is. So animation fill mode is the name of the code you would plug in, and this one will change the duration of how long you want it to stay highlighted. So right here is another example. What you'll be doing is a button, and then when you hover over it, it will stay on instead of disappearing, just holding the hover for a few seconds like in the previous examples. And here's the example code and where you would plug it in. So you would plug it in with all the other hover instructions, and right here is the name of the code. Like I was saying earlier, it's animation fill mode, and the term you would use is, you would tell it to do, is go forwards. So let's see what that looks like. Okay, so here it is. Here's the button, the register button, and oh, it's already set up. Let me pause this. Okay, so when you go run your mouse over it, flashes quickly. So what it's doing is it's flashing 500 milliseconds, then it's going to disappear. So what we want to do is have this stay on, and by doing that you would plug it here into the instructions for the hover for the button, and we'll plug in animation fill mode forward and see what that does. Okay. Alright, so you see that when you run it over, it stays lit. And we'll run the test. You're on fire. Fire. Alright. Alright, thanks for watching another one of my videos on coding.